And we're live. Have a happy Sunday, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. And welcome, Ava. And today, my guest is Ava Pandit. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. And
Absolutely.
she's joining us. She's based, I don't know, maybe you're not there yet at the moment, but you are in Seattle, Washington,
Mhm.
in the United States, right?
Yep.
And Ava and I was just chatting a few minutes ago before we turned it live about how it's a different playground. And with the presumptive and need of reactive realities conversation that came up, everything is changing, and we're becoming aware of different things every day. And I will ask questions to Ava about creating beyond the need of reactive reality and what her journey has been since this topic came out. And yes, Ava, what can you tell us?
Oh, thank you so much, Aish. Thank you for this amazing creation and inviting everybody to like get all these different perspectives. Because every time we hear somebody
Yeah.
different, we get a different perspective out of it. So, I wonder what contribution can this conversation be to anybody listening to it. So, well, this entire thing around presumptive reality, need of, especially the need of reactive reality, and now Norse limes, like
Mm-hmm.
these particular tools have changed everything. It literally, I've had these moments where I've cried with gratitude because I'm like, this is the tool that I've been looking for lifetimes, perhaps.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like something as simple as, I talk about this to my husband a lot, that how much of the initial years of our marriage I used to show up in reaction to things that when we show up as reaction, we don't even like ourselves. We don't like the fact that we reacted like that.
Yeah.
But so there've been always these energies available, like these possibilities you're aware of, and what you desire. Somewhat you have a sense of that energy, and you very clearly as a humanoid know what you do not desire. And so, how often, like, this is something that one of the greatest gifts to me with reactive reality is how I show up in relationships. And
Mm-hmm.
how often I used to know that I don't desire this so strongly, and there was something missing because the way I would show up was a lot of reaction. And I
Mm-hmm.
didn't like that at all. So,
Yeah.
like, to me personally, like, really getting, oh my God, this is a reactive reality that I'm fueling. That's what I'm doing here. It makes it so much easier to say, look, okay, no, I'm definitely not interested in that. I'm not engaging with that energy. Like, nope.
Yeah. Yeah. How much did we learn that this is the rule of the game, actually, from our starting from our parents? They were looking into certain reactions to create certain reactions, and then we learn to play along how they will approve us, how they will be saying my beautiful child, or like they will be maybe shunning us.
Yeah.
So we learned how to play this game. It becomes so insidious and hidden from ourselves. You're in reaction.
Mhm.
What also was game changing for me was the need of reactive reality.
Yeah.
You are in reaction, and then you go to judgment, just like you said, like, and then I shouldn't, you shouldn't, but it happens automatically. And
Yeah.
the need of reactive reality. How about you creating your life, since we're talking about all sorts of creations, like creating your life, where did you notice that you had a presumptive reality, the need of reactive reality,
Oh
and
my
yeah, what
God.
changed?
Wow.
Even in
Thank
your
you for that
perspective. Yeah.
question. Yeah. I love that. First of all, everything and everywhere. Literally, I'm not even kidding, but like my relationships, definitely. And my relationships more like how I experience them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So not like nothing has changed in the world. Like people are what they get to be, who they get to be, whatever they desire to choose, they get to have that. But what I get to show up as in that
Mm-hmm.
space, I feel like I have more choice now. Because what used to occur was that I would be in reaction to people's reactions,
Mm-hmm.
and now I have more choice around, no, that's not what I'm interested in. So I'm not going to do that. And there's not like there's no need to fight for it. There's no need to like defend my reality, which is what used to be.
Yeah.
But at least energetically, so even if the reaction wouldn't come out, there would be that space of reaction that I'm like trying to like solve or navigate through. But now that has changed. Like with relationships, my experience of relationships has completely changed.
Mm-hmm.
And what that has also been like a beautiful byproduct of that, like a literal byproduct of that, has been that my relationships are getting better. Like I get to actually, like, because I so remember I used to like avoid people a lot,
Mm-hmm.
avoid being present with intensities. But now that I know that I have the tools to take care of myself,
Mm-hmm.
it's so much more easier to just be present with
Wow.
no matter what is going on. So that has been my biggest gift. And in so many different ways, this applies to also the way I create business. I
Yes.
used to judge myself a lot. Like, I'm sure it's just me. None of
Yeah.
us know anything about judging ourselves
Yeah.
in creation, right? I used to do that a lot. And I wouldn't say that I've completely outcreated it, but I have completely outcreated just automatically going into reaction of judgment all the time. And,
Mm-hmm.
that has completely changed. And so, what that brings up is the space has emerged where I'm able to be present again. Like, I think that's what has been the gift
Yeah.
of these tools for me, that I'm able to be present in a
Mm.
way that I'd always wanted to be, but wasn't able to because I had these reactions.
Yeah.
So now I can be present with my creations in a different way. I can relax in a different way. And one of the things I would, however, like to highlight about it is that uh, a lot of times when we talk about like relaxing into or being
Mm-hmm.
present with something, what one might presume, a presumptive reality around that whole space could also be that it's super calm, and it is. But what I do want to highlight is a lot of times that
Mm-hmm.
presence and relaxation,
Yeah.
what it requires you to do is to really be fiercely present with energies that are intense
Yeah. Yeah.
rather
It
than
does.
resist them or react to them.
Exactly. When there's an underlying presumption that you're not even aware that there it is there, or a reaction, then how present can you be? And how much freedom does that bring to you in every area of your life? And the person in you are the people you are in relationship with, right? Because if you are expecting a certain reaction, a need of reactive reality to know that your husband loves you, or to know that your friend is supporting you, then you are in constant judgment and looking for that reaction. And also how much of those reactions also we mirror, we perceive from others, and you think you need to react the way they expect you to react. And
Oh my God, that's so big.
it,
Yes.
it is like you said, totally not being present at all.
Exactly. Like one of the examples that I can share that is one of, and it's intense. That's like before we got on, like this is one of my favorite ways to respond because in any given moment, if I check in with myself and if someone asks me, hey, how you be? I literally, if I check in with myself in any moment, I'd be pretty intense, but awesome. Intense and awesome, right? So
Yeah.
it's not an intensity I'm fighting, but I'm like willing to be present with everything in a very different way. Maybe not all the time, but in the times that I slip, I have the tools. So it's so much more quicker now to get back on track
Hmm.
with me, you
Hmm.
know, and the energy and the space, what's relevant for me, what I'm actually looking for, what are the energies I'd like to engage with and be that
Hmm.
was not really available 4 months ago, you know?
Exactly. And I think I while you're talking, it just pinged me. This is the true commitment to your life.
Mm,
How much we have misidentified and misapplied commitment, and maybe lumped them together with all of our presumptions so far.
so true.
Interesting. Interesting.
It's like, the conversations I've had with facilitators, including like Gary Dane, Shannon, like everybody, you and I as well. Like some of the things that really have stood out for me, how choice is now a reality.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like truly, now we have choice. We always knew we do, right?
Yeah.
When we ask the question, would an infinite being choose this? And you get no, and then you get frustrated that what the fuck am I doing here? But you don't recognize that that frustration is also a reaction.
Exactly.
Now that you have this space and this tool, like
Hmm.
truly choice is available. It's always been there, but it's more accessible. Like if you're truly willing to stretch, if you're
Yes.
truly willing to like have that level of presence with yourself, and like you said, commitment to you,
Mm.
even committing to yourself has become way more easier than it has been in the past. So I'm excited to see where the world is going from here. Like, I'm excited to see like what would it like. It's not even a question of what would it take. I guess we have arrived to a place where it is now available for humanoids who are desiring to choose something different to choose that
Totally.
difference. And
Totally.
so I'm so excited to see how that's going to go and what new creations are going to come up in the world, what the future of our planet is going to like. What is that future that we've already created? How's that going to actualize? Oh,
Yes, yes, all of it is such an exciting game, and it's creation as we have never created before because we have never truly been present in this space in this manner. Sorry, someone is calling for tomorrow's class. And also, you mentioned about relationships, and people, of course, will choose whatever they choose, but you also notice that as you get out of the reactive reality, how
mm,
much is an inspiration, and that energy also is perceived by the others. And
yeah.
whoever is going to choose, whatever is going to choose, of course they will choose. But who
Mm,
are in other modalities, we talk about it, but this is the only way I can express. But whoever is ready for it or the same wavelength, similar wavelength, will perceive that.
wow.
Yeah, and
I
then
love
it
that.
will they will flow in the same manner. Because yeah, as you change, some people go out of your life. You probably
Totally.
have lived through that. I have. And as you or the ones who are inspired and who also choose to be free themselves,
Mm,
they just stay, and it becomes a more of a support contribution than a need and a reaction or a necessity that you have
I
to have those
love
people
that.
around. Yeah.
I love that you say that. That's amazing. I hadn't really looked at it from that point of view, but that's so true. Like the
Yeah.
level of invitation you become to those people who have also always known there should be more available, but like now they see you living it, not just talking about it, not just doing the lip
Yeah.
service, but like living it is such a different it's such a
Totally.
different invitation. So yeah, thank you for bringing that up. I love that because that also gets me to see how much of my life I've lived in reaction to other people's need,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, and where I'm guessing there are a lot of, if you're listening to this show, you're here this long, you're an X-Men. Let me just say that,
Yes.
okay? If you're curious about what that means, look up. There's this beautiful field of work around access. Like we really help the different people look at the difference they be, and the whole X-Men conversations are a great
Mm-hmm.
gift in like getting the gift you be as that difference, not the wrongness.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, but if you're listening to this in a nutshell, you're an X-Men, and for all of us X-Men, we're like so psychically aware of
Mm-hmm.
things that people don't even say,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And we're aware, we've always been, and I think that had been my biggest struggle growing up, that I was so freakingly aware of other people's needs. And a
Mm-hmm.
lot of times I felt like that I have to show up in response to that need, that just because someone has this need of me, I need to do something about it.
Fulfill. Fulfill their
Exactly.
needs. Yeah.
Exactly. And where is me in that?
Yeah. Yeah. Where's the question and where is you?
There is no question, there is no you, there's no true creation. To also to bring back what you said a bit
Mhm.
ago, that like true creation is now available,
Exactly. And
right?
how does it get any better than that? Of course, there'll be people who will not choose it. It's all right. And even that, like, it's all right. Now, I think I am stepping into being truly no judgment when this
Mm,
kind of reactive reality. I'm not saying I'm there to, in 100%, but it makes it so easy, so much easier to be in a non-judgment space. And whatever, whoever chooses what, it's okay.
it does. So cool. And I'll add to that,
Yeah.
from that space, what becomes available is what would I like to choose? Which was a question that was totally missing in my life. Like I had to like really force myself to look into it. But
Yeah.
now when you get access to that space where you're not judging, you get to include you. So it kind of
Yeah.
comes back to that commitment to yourself conversation, that
Yes.
that's now available. How does it get any better than this?
Exactly. We're truly living in exciting times, true choices available, the freedom of space, being you, everything is, I'm also reading all the access books in a different, truly different perspective,
Mm,
and
really?
and adding the poets to it. Wow, the space they open up all over again. I
Yeah.
really feel grateful for having chosen us. It's just not the access, it's the tools. It doesn't have to be that a person that has is doing access consciousness or not. We were just talking with my mom, my brother who has never done modalities of the sort, let's say. He is a living example of no judgment and choice. There are so
Wow.
many people around. Once
Yeah.
you step into it, you are more open to perceiving that also. How does it get it any better?
How does it? And what a gift to even receive that.
Yes, yes, exactly.
Like we say, whatever we acknowledge gets to grow.
Yeah, yeah. And Ava, where can people find you? I know you have a public profile on Access Consciousness website, and you have your own website with a different name, I guess, right? What is
No,
your?
it's the same,
Is it?
avapandits.com.
Oh, okay. I
Yes.
was it? I don't know.
Oh, that's okay. At one point, I used to have a different one, so I wonder if you were tapping into
Maybe
that
it
one.
comes up when you search your name. So yes, everyone, thank you, Ava, for being here, and hope to see you somewhere in the world again.
Me too. Thank you, Aish.
Thank you. Bye.
Mwah.
Bye, everyone.